Good morning, guys. Welcome to Operation Crypto. Been off for a week, but it's definitely time to jump back into some crypto and have a look at the markets, because while I've been away, we've had a little bit of a relief rally. I mean, it's nothing too major, but if you look at this by starting off on weekly time frame, look at that for a week. I mean, if that doesn't scream out of capitalization, I don't know what does. It probably isn't, but you know what I mean? It just looks one of those weeks where you think, oh, something could really react from this. I mean, if you look in the past, if you look last time we had a wick back in 2018, major wick there, and we went on to rally afterwards. If you look at the COVID-19 dump back in March of 2020, we had a nice rally after that, and that was a lovely capitalization wick. I mean, it's not so far, it's definitely not that, but it could be. So we just have to be wary of that. I think now that we have seen some major downside from those all-time highs up at 69k, all the way down to 17,690. That's a big deal, and people just seem to think it's still going to keep going lower and lower. I'm not going to say it's not, but that just seems to be the emphasis currently. Everybody is focused on buys at a lower position. What if the market doesn't give them buys? Look at this though in the team. Actually, let's just move that all-time high marker. I want to show you how far we've dropped from the all-time highs, which was up at $69,000. If I can get it right on there. To that very bottom there, to that wick, we've done 74, let's call that 75% drop. That's a significant move, that is, from those highs. Previously, in other bear markets, we've had in 17 or 18 and 15 of them dates around, we did do around 85-86% drops. So a lot of people are seeming to think that's still going to happen. If we did drop down, for example, 85, 86, you're talking about a 10k Bitcoin, which would probably, let's have a look, it would drop into this area of liquidity here and this top range here. I mean, that's at 9,800. That's an area where a lot of people will be scoping. If you look at that as well, it lines up with so many levels. So it's a major level of resistance here, resistance, and then support. So it's a big area. It's a nice psychological number for Bitcoin, and we do know Bitcoin likes round numbers. So if this does not seem to be a capitalization wick, and it was just a relief bounce that's currently happening, then a lot of people are going to be looking down towards target that 86% drop, which is historically a number that happens during Bitcoin bear cycles, and then we'll be looking to load up at 10k. I think personally, the crypto markets have evolved. Although price action seems a little bit unfavourable, I think that the fundamentals of crypto is evolving. We've got major companies harnessing it. A lot more people are starting to buy Bitcoin and hodl Bitcoin. So for me, that's a bit of a bullish factor to say that we may not bounce down to these levels. We've got another level around there, up at around 14k again, which is another level which a lot of people seem to be eyeing up. What if we don't get there? What if we bounce here, maybe a little bit sideways chop, and continue to push on? The average high is currently on the weekly time frame the lowest it's ever been. On this chart since 2017, the lowest it's ever been. So just take that into consideration. That is a level down there which has not been visited before. So that's the bearish part of the video over. That's just some levels for you to keep your eye on. We have got that region there, which is a clear level of support at 14k, and then we've got 10k. Don't think it'll get there, but that's historically what could be on the horizon. But looking at what I think could happen, short term, we are having a relief rally, and there's nothing to say that will not continue. I mean, what chart am I on here? Let's have a look at a couple of those setups. Yeah, we'll use that one. So we'll look at the daily time frame first. We've had a bounce so far, and from the lows to the current price here, we've done a 14% move, but from the very bottom to the very top there, we did a 23% move, which is it's quite significant in my opinion. It's a decent level. We are coming down now. We're just managing to maintain that support at 20k. Markets look a little bit bleak today, but we have had that push up, which is bound to sell off at some stage. Dropping down to a 4 hour, let's have a look at a couple of things. So where could we potentially go if you're looking for some buys? Old Fibonacci is always one of my best tools. Currently we're using that 318 level as support. I think if you're looking for buys, I've got some buys set up over on 8cap. Around 19,168, I believe. Let's have a look. 8cap BTC. Yeah, I've got a buy set up there at that 618 at 19,141. Let's see if it hits. May not get down there, but usually when you're seeing a relief or a decent bounce, you're looking to get buys in it around that 618 golden ratio level, potentially even down to 18,400. But I think this this period of bullishness may potentially continue. So back to the charts, and we will look at this chart again. Sorry. So that's the area I'm looking to buy around 19,100 if the price does get down there. I mean, if you're looking at traditional markets, the Nasdaq on futures is down, S&P 500 is down, that's having a retracement. And then look at that, obviously the dollar is pushing up. Whenever you're seeing the dollar pushing up, traditional markets, Nasdaq, S&P 500, Dow, usually down. And with that in tandem, it pulls Bitcoin down. A strong dollar is bad for Bitcoin. It is a hedge, really. Bitcoin is that hedge against Bitcoin. So if you're wanting to get in, that is the total hedge rate you should be doing. But I think we're going to come down now, personally. Buys at around 19,100. And I think we'll push on after that. I think we'll get a nice relief after that and push up towards around 22, 23k. This tops here. And then who knows? We may potentially look at getting in some of these bottom areas here. As you can see, it's been a nice level of support all the way around here. A level of support there. So who knows? Let's see if the market does continue to push down here, and then we get that 618 retracement, potentially push up to around 22, 23k, maybe get a pullback, and then hopefully push up towards this area. This is something that I'm potentially looking at. May not happen, but it's a little bit of a bullish case mid-bear cycle. I'm still bearish over the next 6 to 8 months. I think we're going to be bearish, but I'm looking for some relief rally up here to take some major profit in altcoins, and then it'll probably ride back down, maybe come back down to these levels. I don't think it'll come back down to that level, and then it'll just go sideways and potentially back up. That's just my thoughts. I think we won't come back down there again, but those bearish targets are there to be bought up. If it does come down to those levels, use them to your advantage and see what you can potentially pick up. But for now, I'm going to take it as a little bit of a bullish case scenario. Probably not going to push up towards then, to be honest. I think that's a little bit of a far stretch. I think we're going to get maybe bearish period up to around, let's have a look if this is the lower time frame chart, probably up to around November, December time. Historically, that's what's happened on the BTC. If you look at this on the weekly time frame, the lows there was in December. That's the cycle lows. Let's see if the cycle lows do end up here in December or November again. But yeah, let's just wait and see on that. So that's my thoughts on the crypto market, really on Bitcoin mainly. I'm not going to look at any other assets. It's my first day back. I got back in from a flight early hours this morning, so just a quick overview on market to see what's going on. I've got a couple of buys set up, and then hoping once we do pop down to 19k, we do get a really strong push up towards that. I mean, 28 might be a little bit of an overstretch, but it's an area that we could target. We've got 22, 23k, which could be on the verge too. I think though, there's a good chance we push higher. This will be to pretty much lead bulls down the garden path, making them think that the bull run is back on. I think 28k would be that region where people think, wow, I should start buying. Bitcoin is bullish. I don't think it will be personally. I think it's just going to entice people in. I think the higher it goes, the more people it pull in. I mean, I think it's either going to bleed off or it'll slam back down towards these regions down here. So it's just a scenario. May not happen. I'm not always right. It's just my thoughts on the market and something that could happen. So just don't get lured in. I mean, this for me, if we push above 23k, I'll be looking to take major profits on some of my altcoins. I've bought some VeChain, RSR, and I bought some more Polkadot too. So I'll be looking to take profit on them across the board if we do push up to this area. I mean, if we start pushing up and going back towards 39, 40k, what other people seem to think, then things might look a little bit different. But for now, we've just got to play this area around here. I think this is going to be the ultimate test for Bitcoin, and I think the bears will ultimately win when we get up to that region if we do manage to get there. But that's it. That's my thoughts on the market. I'm going live on the trading battle today, so if you want to check that out, you'll see that around 1400 UK time. So go and check that out. But that's it. That's it for today. I'll catch you tomorrow.